taking me for granted, but you're the first thing on my mind. I'm tired of your excuses.
Every time breathing in the air, sky on the earth, peoples are feeling a strong pain. World Meteorological Organization needs to investigate the cause and reasons immediately.
It is a fact that there is a pandemic state of a mysterious infectious diseases that causes the acute respiratory failure in human lung as an initial symptom worldwide.
Well, it's an incredible privilege to serve as the director of the National Institutes of Health, where so much of this work has been happening over the course of this tumultuous year. I get to talk a lot about these vaccines and their promise for ending this terrible global pandemic. But it's one thing to hear me talk about it, it's another to have me roll up my sleeve and say, I believe that this is the way we're going to get through this. This is something that the evidence has shown in rigorous scientific analysis to be safe and effective. So I'm rolling up my sleeve and I'm saying, Dr. Balin, bring it on.
All right, well, thank you so much. Thanks for coming and showing us the way. Little pinch here.
So many in our nation are saying, if Dr. Fauci gets the vaccine, I'm going to get the vaccine. So tell us a little bit of why it's important.
Well, for me, it's important for two reasons. One is that I'm an attending physician here on the staff at the National Institutes of Health Clinical Center, and so I do see patients. But as important or more important is as a symbol to the rest of the country that I feel extreme confidence in the safety and the efficacy of this vaccine, and I want to encourage everyone who has the opportunity to get vaccinated so that we could have a veil of protection over this country that would end this pandemic.
Thank you, Dr. Fauci, for coming today. Any last minute questions, concerns?
No.
All right. I'm going to just scrunch up a little bit here. Try to get a good intramuscular injection here. Thanks for helping out. And pinch.
Today, but can you tell us a little bit in your own words of why you're getting vaccinated today?
Sure. So as secretary, it's on my authority that these vaccines are authorized, and I want the American people to know that I have absolute and complete confidence in the integrity and the independence of the processes used by the FDA to approve these vaccines, that I have complete confidence in the safety and efficacy of these vaccines. And I am just so grateful to NIH and Moderna and all the participants in Operation Warp Speed for bringing us to this point where now we can see the light at the end of the tunnel from this dark period. So thank you.
Thank you.
But I could never tell you a lie. Try a little harder, even half as hard as I tried to win you over. Another girl like me. One day you'll see we were always meant to be. One day you'll see.
I do not deny that point. However, I have to decide to hypothesize that the coronavirus was not the true cause of the infection. Then I decided to be tracking if the coronavirus was the cause of the economic destruction of the United States and European countries and Japan. This is because almost all people who test positive for coronavirus on a PCR test are not illness, but rather healthy. There are no sick people around us. Especially children are not becoming illness. All that is needed to find consistency in this contradictory result is the initial symptoms.
Well, we do. If we don't get one, then I would hope that the governors and the mayors do it locally if it's not done nationally. If we don't get one, then I would hope that the governors and the mayors do it locally.
As we go into the holiday season, where naturally the tradition and the customs are for gatherings and traveling. Again, all a bad recipe for a tough time ahead. As we go into the holiday season, where naturally the tradition and the customs are for gatherings and traveling. Again, all a bad recipe.
Infectious diseases are likely to have saliva as the transmission route. However, importantly, its characteristic is that it does not cause fever, even if it becomes ill after infection. From the beginning, both innate immunity and acquired immunity are the same, and infection sources, or the pathogens, are not recognized as objects. It does not escape from the immune system, does not suppress the immune system in any way, and does not recognize it as a physical object in this world. In other words, it is not detected by any inspection with inspection equipment as electron microscope. After an incubation period of about 2 weeks after infection, the initial symptom is sore throat. It then causes acute respiratory failure. A strong inflammatory response persists over a wide area of the airways, esophagus, and lungs. Perhaps there is a systemic vascular inflammatory response. However, if the initial symptom is fever, it is likely that the pathogen is a coronavirus or another cold pathogen. The place where the coronavirus inhabits is inside the animal, and since ancient times it has inhabited the body of various animals. Most of the symptoms are asymptomatic, but even if the disease develops, it causes coughing and sore throat, but it heals spontaneously. Maybe within a week. If this hypothesis is correct, the U.S. vaccine development Operation Warp Speed project will undoubtedly fail. Otherwise, as in China and Russia, all the facts about future patients and corpses are likely to be hidden at the government level. In addition, glycoproteins called spike proteins on the surface of coronavirus are constructed inside cells. But not only are gene and amino acid sequence mutations occurring frequently, but enzymes involved in glycosylation are also involved. There's no certain order or structural commonality in the reactions. It seems that multiple sugar chains are randomly bound almost accidentally. Furthermore, since it also adds a modifying action of multiple small molecule substances that are different compounds, it was found that there is no commonality in the three-dimensional structure of the spike protein per individual virus. In other words, there is no structural commonality, unity, or order. Rather, it is constantly changing and fluctuating. Therefore, it is expected that the antibody-antigen reaction in the living body depends on the individual, and the onset of the disease follows the antibody production and the thermodynamic probability distribution. In other words, the artificially expressed vaccine has no preventive or therapeutic effect that can be called effective. Moreover, and there is no reason for acquired immunity to occur in the airway epithelial mucosa. Vaccinations in the United States and the United Kingdom have no protective effect, are unlikely to improve, and will be zero, or all those ways would have been all for none, come all way for nothing. Comprehensively summarizing these hypotheses, I thought that tracking changes in the number of hospitalized patients and corpses in the United States and the United Kingdom or Japan. By the spring of 2021 would provide some clues. Cumulative number of patients diagnosed with coronavirus disease, COVID-19, in Japan as of December 4, 2020. Number of cumulative cases of coronavirus, COVID-19, worldwide from January 22 to December 21, 2020, by day. Number of cumulative cases of coronavirus, COVID-19, in the United States from January 20th to December.
What it feels like to be me when I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. One day you will see. You never show your emotions, but I always let you in. You're afraid of commitment. I'm sick of being on and off again. You gotta make your mind up and tell me what's it gonna take to win you over. Bring me closer to you. Show me what you want me to do. Yeah. One day you will see. Never find another girl like me. One day you will see. We were always meant to be. One day you will see what it feels like to be me. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. I've waited here for so long for you to show your face, or at least can't you see we belong? Why can't we be together? One day you will see. Never find another girl like me. One day you will see. You'll never find another girl like me. One day you will see. We were always meant to be. One day you will see what it feels like to be me. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. One day you will see. You'll never find another girl like me. One day you'll see. We were always meant to be. One day you'll see what it feels like to be me. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. One day you will see. You're taking me for granted, but you're the first thing on my mind. I'm tired of your excuses, but I could never tell you a lie. Try a little harder, even half as hard as I tried to win you over. Bring me closer to you. Show me what you want me to do. One day you will see. You'll never find another girl like me. One day you'll see. We were always meant to be. One day you will see what it feels like to be me. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. One day you will see. You never show your emotions, but I always let you in. You're afraid of commitment. I'm sick of being on and off again. You gotta make your mind up and tell me what's it gonna take to win you over. Bring me closer to you. Show me what you want me to do. Yeah. One day you will see. You'll never find another girl like me. One day you will see. We were always meant to be. One day you will see what it feels like to be me. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. I've waited here for so long for you to show your face, or at least to call. Can't you see we belong? Why can't we be together? One day you will see. You'll never find another girl like me. One day you will see. You'll never find another girl like me. One day you will see. We were always meant to be. One day you will see what it feels like to be me. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. One day you will see. You'll never find another girl like me. One day you will see. We were always meant to be. One day you will see what it feels like to be me. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. When I miss you, when I kiss you, when I'm with you. One day you will see.